Good afternoon. She had a problem. I'm used to that in China. It's not easy to pronounce my name. My name is not Steven because I'm Serbian. You cannot be named Steven if you're Serbian. But I still want to thank Eva and Jenny. Can we get a round of applause for the host for today? Feel they enough appreciation. Doing a great job, guys. So I'm here to ask you one question first. Ever failed and thought to yourself, okay, this is good, this is opportunity to grow, the growth without failure? I know I've thought a lot of times, but I want to ask you first also something else. Have you ever failed and thought absolutely nothing? Nice. Speaking of failure. All right. Have you ever failed and thought absolutely nothing? Felt just flat line and thought to yourself, oh, here we go again, like that meme from GTA. I think that's where the real danger lies, because today you are told to embrace failure. But if failure would make us great by itself, we would all be experts. But we're not, right? I mean, I am. I'm talking here, you're not. But failure itself does not generate growth. Repetition does not create growth. This is what I want to talk about. Because you can do things again and again and again and just stay the same. There is a myth from ancient Greece talking about this. It's a myth of Sisyphus. For people who don't know, Sisyphus was a man sentenced to push a massive rock up the hill, and then he would finish it every night, almost finish it, and then the rock would just roll down, and he would have to do it again tomorrow, every day, forever. So he would have infinite effort, constant same effort, same process, same result, no progress. And I think this story stayed with us for 1,000 years, 2,000 years, not because Sisyphus worked hard, because he clearly did work hard every day, because we are not afraid of hard work. We don't like it, but we're not afraid of it. What we are afraid of is the repetition without meaning, is suffering without transformation. And today, modern life makes us kind of live like that, quietly. The tragedy of Sisyphus was not that he was working very hard every day. The tragedy was that he never changed. And today, we can surround ourselves in the environment with the people and opinions that don't force us to change, and that is dangerous. I lost the text here. My topic is infinite effort, zero learning, so I embraced it by not learning my text. All right. So I learned doing stand-up comedy very fast that just embracing failure and repeating doesn't make you better. Because in comedy, failure is instant. It's immediate. There's only two ways to do comedy. You tell jokes, people either laugh or don't laugh. Your feedback is instant. It's laughter or silence. And in comedy, silence is very loud. You can hear all your life choices. No. You need to go up. No? Okay. More up. Fedora. No. See, this would work if this is comedy, but it's not. I'm not supposed to make you laugh. I'm supposed to be serious now. So in comedy, failure is instant, failure is immediate, and that makes you realize it right away that you're failing. Because in life, failure is often delayed. Students, for example, they fail the test. They learn that in 3-4 days. You can have a business that's failing, you will learn that in a few months. You can spend your whole life in a failed marriage and never learn that. But in comedy, it's right away, right now. The people are silent if you tell a joke wrongly, and that's their truth. And that reaction is painful. But the silence is not because they hate you, because they usually don't hate comics. The silence is there because of the clash of two realities. One inside your head, that you're funny, and the one outside of your head that you actually... I love this. And one that's actually not funny. Wow. A lot more. 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 Good. Sometimes truth is painful. I said that. Now go more. More up. Okay. Good. As the truth is that you are not funny, and today, to go down a bit. No, 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 no. More down. Okay. If you're, I'm sorry. All right, we're going to start again. That. So you can be, and that is dangerous in modern life, as I said, because you can surround yourself with people with same opinions, same routines, same environment that will stop you from growing. Because if you're not challenged, you're not going to change. If you don't change, you don't grow. That is very easy to understand. Fedora King. I'm just going to improvise from now on. So if you don't grow, if you don't change, you cannot grow, and that is very dangerous. Okay, I'm going to start this again. So when people don't laugh, that silence hurts you, and that silence is very loud, but it's very important because you can learn from it. Because it's not comfortable. And I remember my first time doing a very bad set, failing very badly, right about like now that I'm failing. I went to the stage of a room I used to perform many times. I was very confident. I knew all my jokes. I worked out the timing. I thought about crowd interaction. And then I came on stage all confident, and it was just joke, silence. Joke, silence, silence, silence. It became so loud. I remember thinking, I don't want to feel like this ever again. I remember thinking, this does not work. I cannot recover from this. But that discomfort, that feeling, that is information. And that kind of information you can only get when you fail. You cannot get that in a good room. In comedy, what they call good room is whatever you say, people laugh. You learn in comedy that good rooms don't make you better. You don't reflect good room. You reflect after bad rooms. I'm going to reflect a lot after today. And that makes you that makes you grow, that makes you reevaluate yourself and reinvent yourself and relearn. Because one of the things humans can do all the time is reinvent ourselves. What I said is not a great phrasing about embracing failure. Because we are not supposed to celebrate failure. We are supposed to learn to manage the feeling, but you have to keep the feeling, because feeling, that bad feeling, and I'm not denying it's a terrible, terrible feeling, is a signal, and that signal makes you change. So if you're embracing and celebrating failure, you are removing the signal that pushes you to change. Because doing things over and over again is just being Sisyphus again. You're not learning anything. You're just repeating yourself forever. And that is the point that I'm trying to make and bring in this context, infinity. Because we can talk about infinity in this context from two ways. You have infinite repetition and infinite possibility. Infinite repetition is just movement without transformation. And infinite possibility is transformation without fixed limit. Sisyphus is the first one. He kept working very hard. He worked way harder than me. Never learned anything. Every morning would wake up the same way, rock down, he has to push it up forever. Infinite possibility allows you to feel your failure, reevaluate yourself, reinvent yourself, and try again. Not by, yes, embrace it, but don't pretend it feels good. Feel it. That feeling, that sting in your heart, that will make you be better. That will make you do it better. Nietzsche said, there is no price too high to pay for a privilege of owning yourself. A lot of people take that infinity in this case would mean infinite effort, infinite push, infinite hustle, especially in today's social media. Just grind, celebrate grind. No, celebrate becoming. Hegel, way more important than Nietzsche, said that human being is in a constant state of becoming. Our existence is in a constant state of becoming. We keep reinventing ourselves, recreating ourselves through conflict, contradiction, and experience. And I think that's the real meaning of infinity, in a sense of infinite possibility. So keep growing, keep becoming, and be better. Thank you so much.